Hi everybody! I hope you had a great holiday season and welcome back to my Fleatale finds. So usually what I do is I go through the jewelry that I found for the week. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you pieces and parts, Victorian and newer, that I have found during the course of a couple of months. I used to be a jewelry designer, which maybe I'll go into in another video. So what I would do is I would save all of these individual unique items that have been gathered from all different parts of the world and time periods, and I make them into necklaces, bracelets, things like that. So I thought that before I did that, I would show you some of the things that I use in my jewelry. I mentioned that I was a jewelry designer and my look was sort of a Victorian Edwardian look, and then it became very popular selling items like that, so I started to sort of copy my look, but these would have been some of the original pieces that I would have put in. So let's see, starting with interesting watch chains that make nice necklaces, more chains. This is what I sort of work off of. I would make bracelets using Native American pieces. This one is sterling silver with coral and turquoise inlaid. I always look for sort of different, unique things. So this one has, it looks like it's Chinese. It has coral, turquoise, and shell on what appears to be a gold-filled chain. Wow, there's just so much here. And everything tells a story, and it's from most of these pieces are from the flea market. They're from rummage sales and private individuals. But that's one of the reasons why my name is Fleatale. It's sort of the tale of where they came from. A lot of times people would ask me, where did these pieces come from? What is the history behind it? And again, that's why I came up with the name Fleatale. It's the tale of the flea market. Isn't that just lovely? So that's hand painted. It looks like Limoges, which was a well-known porcelain manufacturer in France, where their things were beautifully hand painted. Let me see. This is like a little Victorian gold-filled part of a watch chain. Would have been on the fob. Would have been the fob. This is a encased amethyst in silver wire. Sometimes I see these wrapped in sterling silver wire. Very popular now, especially because of all of the wonderful feelings that semi-precious stones bring. Cute little vintage lock. I love these because they look like hearts and look really nice on bracelets. Then of course there's these. Look at this. This is Toto was the name of the dog. I mean, these are just so heartwarming to think of who the dog was, who he belonged to, how he was loved, he or she was loved. Keys are a popular motif and are collectible. Let me see, this looks like a piece of some type of agate. Let me see, there's just so much to look at here. I collect silver, sterling silver, individual earrings and make things out of them. Little hearts. Look at this charm, isn't that cute? It's a little teapot with a hand-painted porcelain bead in the center. Again, a wonderful motif for a tea drinker. Then here is more of the watch chain that I was telling you about. So this one is short and I put it together and it makes a great look. So this is Victorian Revival, which means that it's not Victorian. I mean, it's actually newer than Victorian Revival, really. I mean, it's sort of a copy of Victorian. Victorian Revival, to me, would be something that was not from the Victorian era, but not necessarily so far away from it either. Like Egyptian Revival as well. But this has the look of it, which is another reason why I wanted to get it, because it just had the look. Here's an Elsie the cow charm. Let's see what else is in here. Just so many goodies to look at. I come across cameos, and I always look for anything to do with the word love, je t'aime, anything with a heartfelt sentiment. Let's see. Here's like sort of a metal. Another cameo. Here's another cameo that I picked up. Yeah, so these are carved shell cameos. Then again, this is another one of those sort of Georgian Victorian Revival pieces. I believe this one looks like gold filled, and again looks really nice on a bracelet. Here's a sort of a Roman looking charm bracelet. Here is let me see. Let's see. So here's a cufflink, or looks like a cufflink. It's actually a pin. Pin back's broken off. So I don't, besides for sustainability reasons, I repurpose these, and they just tell a story of time. Who they belong to, where they were found, where they came from, the stories they have to tell. Cute little pine cone. I come across glass beads, and this is a collection of beads. I use these to fix things or just sell them as they are at the markets. Here is a watch fob. Has a very interesting look. It's actually, what I found sort of fascinating about this is that there's, I don't know if you can focus in, but there's a horse in the center on both sides. So this must have belonged to an equestrian, or someone who was in the horse racing business perhaps, or loved horses. Little lockets I look for. I think this one is sterling silver. Just have such a great look and wonderful story. Here, this is actually a celluloid cameo. It's not carved, it's just pressed, but a really nice look. This has sort of, reminds me of a lava cameo, which was actually made from lava, but it wouldn't be this color. It'd be more of like a greenish color. This is more like a jasper sort of color, but it's just celluloid. Then I came across all of these little interesting bits and pieces. These are adorable little tool charms. And so these are things that I just find and put aside. This is amber. You can even see sort of the little pieces encased in it, little fossilized pieces encased. This looks like Peking glass. It's a glass cabochon. Here's another. This is a book chain necklace, or bracelet, I should say. Again, just a wonderful look, and look at how well it just goes with everything. Sometimes I find newer pieces, but if they have an interesting look, I put them aside. Here's another one of those little heart locks. So this one is a little bit older, but again, very appealing look to it. Of course, there's a little cat because I like making necklaces and bracelets with animals. And let me see what else. Oh, here's another adorable little cat. So he's probably from like the 50s with the little rhinestone eyes and the sort of peking glass belly. Just so cute. I find things with vintage buttons on them. And then here's a newer dog tag. And sometimes I find things that are actually new. This is by Fossil, but it just has the look of belonging to a Victorian bracelet. So that is an overview of my vintage and Victorian finds. I hope you've enjoyed going through everything with me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you for watching.